Oh, good morning. Good morning. It's like what, less than a week until Christmas? Huh, less than a week until Christmas. So I'm up extremely early this morning getting some things ready. I have family coming into town and um, just a lot of things happening. So I've been quiet here lately. I have been. I've been quiet here lately. There's some things going on. And, like I've been listening to some playbacks and I've been listening to one particular playback and I was laughing the whole time I was listening to this dude's playback. I'm not here to roast. I'm not here to roast, but I was I was laughing because listening to the words that this man was saying, I'm like, God, that person really takes this shit as like real life. Like I cannot imagine like thinking like the thought process of some of these people, who take this so incredibly seriously, like where I'm at right now. Everybody knows that I have a beautiful new grandbaby. Oh my God. Oh my God. I did not think that it was possible to love something as much as I love my children until I held that baby. I look at her and she is so perfect in every way. And she's so beautiful. And she's such a good baby. She's a very good baby. She doesn't cry a lot. She cries when she's hungry, and that's about it. She's perfection at its finest. And I'm realizing, like as I'm holding my grandchild, I'm 40 years old, I have a granddaughter. But I'm realizing as I'm holding my grandchild that life is changed and is changing so much and so fast. My daughters are adults and they're grown and they're out of the house. And my sons, like my oldest son, he will be 19 soon and he's in college. And he came to me and he was like, Mama, like him and some friends, they want to get a place of their own together, not too far from school. Because even though, like right now, everything is online, eventually they'll be back in the classroom in college. And so him and a couple of his friends that he goes to school with are wanting to get their own place close to school. And I'm like, no, dude, like I'm not, I'm not ready for that. I'm not ready for another one to leave the nest. I'm just not. And he's like, Mama, I'm going to be 19. How much longer do you think that I should have to live at home? And I realized that he's right, like after he's gone, I have one more. I have one more at home. And I think to myself, like, what am I gonna do? What what am I gonna do with my life? What am I gonna like I have been raising children since I was a teenager. That's all that I know is working and taking care of these kids. And what am I gonna do? I mean, I have different ideas of things that I want to do when my house is empty. I want to I want to retire early, and I want to travel, and I just want to move around. I don't want to be stationary anymore. I have so many different like ideas of things that I want to do, but the feeling of knowing that your children, you come home at night and you turn the key and you walk in the door, and the house that once filled with laughter and little footsteps and giggling children and slumber parties and whatever, it's empty and it's quiet. And what do you do with yourself? And I'm not having a midlife crisis. I'm not old enough to have a midlife crisis. I'm just not. You know, um, I've been spending a lot of time with Harry, and I think that I've expressed to Harry, like how I feel right now with my kids growing up and moving on. And he's like, well, what do I look like? Am I just not going to be in the picture ever? And, I don't know. I still just don't know where I want things to go in that situation. Like I've been trying, I've been trying very hard, and he's been trying very hard, but we still just fight so much, and I'm so tired of pointless fights with him for no good reason. Like we do great. We do great for a couple of days, and then you know he'll say something and it just hits me wrong, or I get in my feelings about it, and I'm ready to kick his ass. It's just, I don't know. Not about being a traveling nurse, where I take a contract in a different state for a few months at a time. I'm really getting that empty nest syndrome. And I don't want to spend like my time online arguing with people today. It's almost the holidays. I just don't know like if there's any moms or dads out there that, well, I'm sure there are plenty of moms and single dads out there that know where I'm at right now and what I'm feeling right now. And so I'm just like reflecting, I'm reflecting a lot on what do I want to do with my life? My house is almost empty. My children are almost completely grown. And trust me, like I'm proud. I'm so proud of my children. They are amazing humans. And I think that like I look at my kids and I think I did a pretty damn good job. My daughter, she's coming into motherhood so wonderfully. She hasn't had any like major posts. She had like one night where she was like bawling her eyes out and I had to go stay with her. But other than that, like she's handled having a baby and she's handling motherhood with grace and she's doing a fantastic job. And I'm trying to do my role of allowing her to parent her own child and just kind of offering my suggestions like, hey, I think that you're doing great, but what if you try this? I'm trying to stay in my own lane when it comes to my granddaughter. I'm trying to let her be that adult. I don't know. I just don't know what to do with myself anymore. So the holidays are upon us again, and I'm excited to take some time to spend with my kids and my grandbaby. And like I said, I have family coming from out of town, and my daddy will be here, my sister and her husband and kids, and it's just it's a great time to spend with your family. But I just I look at my kids and I think how I reflect back on like Christmases in the past when they were little, and you got to play Santa Claus and the excitement on their faces and the anticipation of Christmas morning and making cookies for Santa. And now it's like, I don't do any of that anymore. I put up a tree this year. Give me some credit. I did put up a Christmas tree for the first time in a while. So, I used to decorate the house. Oh my God, we used to like go all out for Christmas. Like we would have stockings hanging on the fireplace mantle and Christmas tree and lights outside and inflatable snowmen and inflatable penguins. And I mean, just like we used to go, the kids and I used to go all out. We decorated like crazy for Christmas. It looked like Christmas threw up all over my house, And now I put up a tree. And when I come home from work late at night, I'll go into my living room and I'll sit on my sofa and I'll drink a cup of hot cocoa and stare at the tree and think back to when the kids were little. And it just kind of sucks. So, I don't know. But maybe it's just because it's a holiday season and like things have changed so much since the kids were little. And I know I used to say that I couldn't wait until my kids grew up and moved out on their own and became independent and I could have a life. But when your life has been nothing but your children, what do you do after that? I don't know. I'm 40 and I'm still young. I'm not a young woman, but I'm still in young years. So I guess to be 40 and have your kids pretty much out of the house still young enough to be able to go do things is a good thing. At least I'm not 40 and starting all over again with a newborn. I see a lot of traveling in my future because I can't sit at home and just like do nothing. My whole life has been go, 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 go for the kids. School and football and cheerleading and basketball and volleyball and softball and baseball. And now it's just nothing. Yeah. But anyway, I'm sure I'll get past it. I just reflect back on, my life over the past 20 plus years and how much it's changed. I know I'm mom, so my kids will always need me. They'll always call me, they'll always check on me, they'll always be around one way or another. But to not have them under your roof anymore after you just had them their whole life just really sucks. But that's what I'm doing today. I'm finishing up my holiday stuff. I'm trying to get back into the holiday spirit. I'm looking forward to spending time with my kids and my granddaughter and my family and, whatever else happens. I have some 2021 vacations already planned. I have a trip planned in April. Harry and I are taking off again, and we have a trip planned in May. And then in September of 2021, Harry has promised me that Hawaii vacation that we had to miss this year because of COVID. So 2021 is looking okay. So I got 3 big trips planned for 2021, and then I'm sure like in between I'll take little weekend vacations here or 4 days here. I think he plans on keeping me busy because as much as we fight, as much as we need to figure things out, we love each other and neither one of us really want to let go. I actually just left his house. He had to go work and do some things today, and I don't want to spend the day with him in a truck. That's like where we clash, and I know that like if I were to spend the whole day with him today just riding around while he's doing his work, we're gonna end up fighting. So I'm like, listen, I love you. Go to work, do what you gotta do. I'm gonna go do what I gotta do. I will see you when you get home tonight. I'm not gonna sit in the truck and fight with you all day. So I don't know. But I know that like I need to figure out a lot of things in my life because my life is changing and my children are growing up and my children are leaving home. And do I want to be that old lady who sits in a rocking chair with 15 cats? Never a day in my life will I ever be that old lady. But I also don't want to be the one that comes home at night from work and turns the key and walks in and there's nobody there and she sits there and wonders why she didn't do what she had the chance to do so many fucking times. I don't want to be that old lady either, you know. So I'm doing a lot of reflecting and a lot of decision making and a lot of preparing. And then I think back on the 5 years that I've wasted of my life in this sector arguing with people for pointless, stupid, unknown reasons, really. It just comes to the point where like this is boring, it gets old, it gets boring, and it just becomes something you just don't want to put the energy into doing anymore. And that's kind of where I'm at with this, with the whole YouTube aspect of roasting and arguing. It gets to the point where like there's no more words to say, you know. It's the same people over and over, and you've already said everything you can possibly think of to say. So what's the point anymore? Anyways, I don't know if I will do any. I probably won't. I probably won't do any lives anytime soon from this one. I have a lot going on. I have a lot to prepare for. I have a lot to reflect on, a lot to think about. So I really just kind of wanted to share my feelings of starting to feel the empty nest syndrome. And I want to wish all of you, even the ones that I don't like, even the ones that don't like me, I want to wish all of you a Merry Christmas and a wonderful holiday season. So enjoy your families. All of you be safe. I hope that whatever Santa is still left in this world brings you everything you ask for. And I hope this holiday season brings all of you peace.